There's
What?
someone in the. Someone went to a bathroom.
Someone went to the bathroom, so we're not going to be starting just yet, but here we are. Shanghai Unicorns versus the Seoul Serpents. These two teams, pretty. I mean, any game with Shanghai is an interesting one. Right, Skylex? I mean, you've seen the Shanghai VODs,
Yes.
I assume.
Yeah, pretty infamous for their Bastion strats. Yeah, something like that.
Pretty infamous for Bastion among a whole barrel of other laughs. They've pulled out things before, such as the 6 support, 6 tank. Really hoping to see that one day again. But we see Shanghai have always been their strongest when they were memeing out, and you love to see it. Shanghai do have a 4-0 record as far as map wins go after their first round. Meanwhile, the Seoul Serpents have a 3-1. They lost, or have a 1-3 in that they lost their first round. So Shanghai is going to try and get a 4-0 win here. If they do that, it will put them at the very top of the league. Meanwhile, Seoul is going to be trying to actually get a victory here and put themselves on the board instead of just having a single map. So as soon as someone comes back from being in the bathroom, we'll be able to actually start a game close to being on time for the very first time in this league's history. Sorry, community's history. Can't say league. That's illegal still.
We're breaking the law now.
We're
Welcome
breaking
to
contract, really.
Amateur Hour League.
Oof. Alright, as soon as we are ready to go, we're already having some BM in the general chat. In that the
Also,
Soul's
ass,
captain,
and poo poo.
the Soul's captain is BMing the entire enemy team. It is pretty bad, pretty disgusting. But what's more disgusting is that he's not doing it in Twitch chat, which is where I want to see it.
Yeah? Yes. So we're
All
just
right.
waiting for someone to finish shitting.
He's back. We're good to go.
Okay, he's back.
Okay.
Now?
Let's make sure that Shanghai is ready as well.
Okay, nice. Yes. Wait, did you? Or am I supposed to?
No, I've done that. I asked.
Okay.
I'm just also searching for something at the moment.
Okay. So, we're just starting now, yeah? Or...
Basically, I mean, I've messaged, I've pinged the Shanghai team. I'm pretty sure that they're basically ready. Uh, easy clap, easy. Yeah, correct. Anyway,
Yes.
I mean, Shanghai,
I mean,
answer me. Okay, it's a wait. Wait, we're not ready yet. Perfect. Always a good start.
Don't worry.
This is
People are
why
waiting
we
half
double
an hour.
check. This is why we
Yes.
double check with both teams.
Don't listen to deity. Wow. Wow.
By the looks of it, the team captain of Shanghai is going to leave and come back with an alt account because he thinks it's a better name.
It probably is.
Probably is. That being said, I'm pretty sure that in the rule book of the league, that's kind of not allowed. But who cares? It doesn't matter.
You should be on your main.
Already
Make sure
left.
that you aren't been masters before.
Yeah. Shanghai never answers the call of victory. That's not necessarily true in this league, friend. Shanghai has already answered the call of victory with a 4-0. It was glorious. They ran Bastion and everything, and it worked. You want to see them get 4-0'd? How rude. They haven't done anything wrong to you. Shanghai is a wholesome meme dream team, and I'm very happy that they're in the league.
PMA.
Can't wait to see some Bastion garbage. Correct. Color plug. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
That
Okay,
is a
so we start
much
now?
better name. That is a much better name. Okay. I
Yeah.
believe we're good to go, but I'm just gonna check again.
Triple check.
Okay. Seoul, or at least the players are saying that we're good. Shanghai's
Shanghai is
coach
good.
is saying that we're good. Let's go.
You said couch.
Finally.
Okay, let's go. Yeah? Wait.
You are the
Yeah,
host,
let's
guys, so
start.
you have to start the game.
Why you bully me? I just need to see if anyone says something important.
In this Discord, no one ever says anything important. That's the joke.
Why isn't there about the Twitch?
Alright, looking at these two teams, it's looking like we're having the side of Seoul on the first attack, which means it's going to be up to Shanghai with the... and Bastion might already be coming out. Now granted, he might change that before they actually leave spawn. But,
No.
But
I
I
would
hope
stay go
not.
for it with the May and Bastion.
May and Bastion,
You know,
it's
the
an
big brain
interesting pick.
straps.
I mean, I honestly don't think that May is necessarily a meme pick. I think that May comboed with Bastion is a meme pick.
You're probably gonna boost him to a high ground or something.
Someone
go.
just asked for a link to the Discord. It's in the social media area of our Twitch page, just below the stream.
Yes. Yeah. I think they're gonna go through with Bastion and May.
Yeah, it's looking like it. They've already basically
seem to be
cemented their
wanting to get on
choices.
You see the Bastion is trying to convince the May to push him on the top of the roof. It's a common spot for soldiers since it's easy to get up there for soldiers.
The question is, will the Bastion want to be up there, considering they wouldn't have a shield to protect him, and he doesn't necessarily have soldiers' mobility.
No, it doesn't seem like they want to be there. Just to bait enemy teams, maybe stream sniping.
Now the enemy team of Seoul running the Goats composition straight into the Bastion. The Mei wall is going to block them off, but they're pushing right past them.
It seems like they're going Goats. They're instantly diving the Bastion. Mercy going for a dive but gets killed. Moira trying to leave but also gets killed. Eva on Rodo gets a pick on the Dakota Jones playing Moira. But it's pretty much one-sided.
Yeah,
Quick and easy attacks.
it's pretty rough for the Shanghai side there. They just so happen to not really be able to get a good first pick or first defense. They got scattered really easily, and Color Plug got taken out very early into the fight. Maybe a bit of poor positioning, maybe a bit that his team got a little bit too scattered to actually protect him. But in any case, they have a little bit better position now.
It seems like it's simply going to point, hoping that the enemy Bastion will jump down, but he's staying on high ground or not. Jumping down. He killed the Ryan that used Shatter. Yeah. Now he's in a room. Brig outside. And now a blizzard has come out. It's like just to be
Well, I'm pretty sure they decided to use the blizzard just so that they could make sure that no progress is going to be made on that point. Was it probably a waste? Kind of. But it did secure them the win, so I don't think they're going to be too upset about it. Now, the question is, how is the Seoul side going to approach Shanghai this time around? They know that the Bastion sets up here, so it looks like they're going to engage up the side staircase.
I think they're gonna go in with the Lucio, but the Sarah gets walled off and it gets killed.
D.Va bomb could be pretty huge. Only finds that.
Yeah, only gets a result. But kills seems to be going in the Soul side. Very much.
Yeah, the Soul team doing a really good job. They've got the advantage, now they want to cement it.
Yeah, but so pretty sure Shanghai is just going for stalls. Hoping that the Bastion can kill anyone. But the tanks are just up in his face, not letting him do anything. They close to having that blister. Monkey stalling points, gets moved down.
Really good wall to protect the Mei. Not a bad idea whatsoever. And even if it's going to be really difficult for Shanghai to come back and win this point, they're doing a good job of stalling it out. Cold Chill's coming in with his Blizzard ult as well. Probably not much going to come of it, but at the very least they're trying. And this will be another further delay, as he was still stalling this point.
They just got a second tick. And it seems like the attack is closing in very slowly. But they're doing it. They're just going in hoping to get things, but they're really just trying to stay alive. They can do against the OP boats.
Finally, Seoul.
Besides,
Seoul's gonna be the ones to finish it out. A lot of time left remaining. Goats. Goats is fun, by the way.
goats is love. Goats is life.
You see, I think that this is one of the biggest problems with the league is the goats comp. But I think the main thing is goats comp isn't even like, obviously it's strong, right? Obviously it's really powerful and it's pretty easy to pull off. However, the thing is that no one seems to really get how you counter goats, right? You counter goats usually by playing something like an Ana, because the anti-heal stops all of the tanks and the healers. Like, if you get an anti-heal out on someone, when the entire purpose of the composition is to have a massive amount of healing, keeping everyone alive, then you've broken the comp. Even then, you can still run things like Pharah or Junkrat, which counter goats just through sheer spam. There are a lot of pretty well-known ways to counter goats, but no one in the league or community, no one in the community seems to actually try any of them. They kind of just stick to perhaps heroes that we're all comfortable with instead of flexing onto heroes that they don't necessarily know how to use incredibly well, but still counter what their enemies are running.
That's why I wish to see that from Shanghai. Just to fully go in anti-goats comp. Maybe become one of the best teams in the league. Since they're not afraid to try new things.
Shanghai has decided right now to go triple tank dive, but a bit of an awkward start. Power plug is feeding, yes. That was a big feed. Now this team is going to have to wait on. They aren't going to wait long though, because the hamster is pretty fast and furious. Like those hamsters in that movie G-Force. Powerplug slamming down, getting a good amount of space for the rest of his team, but he's still taking some damage. We're gonna get the first pick though. It's a good start.
Gets rest though.
Gets rest.
Shanghai's just going in.
Shanghai just going in. Slowly they're getting one after another. The Seoul side falls. Honestly, Shanghai looking to have an even more impressive time on the first point capture than even Seoul did.
That's nice.
Shanghai have done a pretty good job so far of proving that they know how to run this triple tank dive, in that Shanghai benefits a lot from having these heroes that first thrive in chaos, and second, they seem like a team that knows how to capitalize on that chaos in the first place. Really impressive, but let's see if they can crack the nut of second point as easily.
Drunker tried getting a monkey.
Yeah, it's going to be a further delay for them. They're going to have to wait for their main tank. In the meantime, they're just kind of poking around into that doorway. It's not a bad idea. I think Mr. Assassin is looking for an opportunity to maybe use this Diva Bomb as well. Speaking of ultimates, we can see that the side of Shanghai have a lot to their name, or at least a lot coming up, and the Seoul team has very little in that sense. It really doesn't matter. Shanghai's popping ults and they're still losing numbers, but not nearly as many as the Seoul team.
Just seem to go around and around. Everyone popping them. There goes the sun ult. Mr. Assassin seems to have that unbelievable.
Seoul trying to keep the rest of his team with as much sustain as the enemy Seoul squad has.
Seoul went to May, that's a big move.
Seoul went May, but May froze off of the point. Basically a
C9.
C9. Not necessarily a C9. Not necessarily a C9, more just a misplaced freeze. I'll say.
C9.
C9. Everything's a C9, of course. Both teams capping with more than 4 minutes remaining, so they... Z9. You're right, Andy. Yeah, it's a Z9. Z9, both teams...
Andy. You call me Andy? Wow.
No, it's in the chat. Pretty unfortunate for the Seoul team, but I mean, it was looking like they were set to lose that fight pretty handily in either way. So all that basically did was make that process a little bit faster. Both teams still capping with more than 4 minutes remaining is going to be a sign that we are in for a bit of a long round.
It doesn't take that long. And remember, this is 2 CP, so stalls are gonna be very long. Not the best.
Now we saw the Seoul team run the GOATS composition last time around, and we're going to see if they can find similar success. Now they're playing not into the Bastion, but into Color Plug on this Junkrat. A little bit more spam, a little bit... the win condition here for Shanghai is Color Plug getting this tire before things go too badly, and he's already a quarter of the way there. Doesn't even need it. His team's already got the first pick. Doing a good job of boxing the enemy team out. In fact, Suck My Egg is the one who's going to have the ultimate advantage going into this next engagement. 90% to his shatter. Somber lurking, probably looking to go all the way back to the point.
Oh, that's huge.
Big slam from Suck My Egg. That should be pretty easy to push in off of, and they will, killing both tanks. They probably want to push in even further and stagger the rest of the enemy team, but they decide against it.
He seems to drop the ghost comp and go normal 2-2-2.
Yeah, Hajmir now on the Hanzo. The hack onto Suck My Egg is going to be a pretty big opening for Boston. He doesn't have Shatter yet, so it doesn't do nearly as much as they want it to. now looking at the ultimate economy here for both teams, Shanghai have 4 ultimates going into this next engagement. Meanwhile, Seoul only has 1. Of course, if Dakota can get back into the backline of the enemy team once again and hack the enemy Reinhardt, that'll basically be enough. They're gonna have to wait, because now Justin just died to the tire.
Well, but right before that, while Hurlebug was in tire mode, he did die by fire. So it's
enemy Reinhardt hacked is a good opportunity for a shatter, and it comes through.
You seem to be popping every ult. That's
popping every ult for good intent, is now they're going to be capping first and have about 2 minutes remaining once they get the extra 30 seconds from the time bank. It's not a bad position. If they can manage to cap this about as succinctly as they did their first time around, they certainly have more than enough time. Until that happens. That's going to delay their first push by at least 20 seconds or so, meaning that now they've gone from probably getting about 3 pushes, maybe if they were quick, to now only getting 2.
If they're doing it quick.
If they're doing it quick, yeah. If this first fight goes on for too long, they might be full-on committing to it. Dakota going for an assassination on the Cold Chill, but he's the one who will meet his end. Question is, are they going to try and wait for him to return as well? He has that EMP, and they have Grab and Shatter, so they're going to want that. Grant, that might have looked pretty bad for Shanghai, but that's actually not a terrible place for them, as now the enemy Reinhardt's ultimate is not going to end up being an issue going into their final push. And it will be their final push. They don't have enough time to get much of anything else.
Did you mean Seoul don't need the enemy or
don't question me when I make mistakes. No, but yeah, probably. I don't remember. In either case, Seoul have a pretty good advantage going into this now that Shanghai have used their Reinhardt ultimate.
There goes the EMP. Going to be EMP. There will, yeah. Kashmir gets 2 people with his barrage.
Kashmir gets 2 people with his barrage, and now enemy team. We don't need to talk about that color plug. I'm not going to say a single word. Yeah, the Seoul team is doing a good job. They're killing the enemy before they're even able to re-engage and get any sort of situation back up here. This should be another cap for Seoul. 2-4. I mean, just about as efficient of an attack the second time around as it was the first. And now the onus is going to be on Shanghai to try and answer back. They do have enough time to cap here. Really, the goal for Shanghai is not just to cap, but they also want to cap with more than a minute.
Yeah, so the enemy team only gets a draw or a loss.
Exactly. The question is actually making that happen. Looks like they've decided to, if they stay with this comp, it looks like they're retiring color on the Widowmaker and instead giving the role over to Cold Chill.
Which is probably the more alpha Widowmaker.
Probably the more alpha Widowmaker. If going off of recent experiences, probably. However, we're seeing a very interesting comp from the Seoul team as well, as they have Hajmir on the Bastion, and Dakota on the Sombra. Dakota almost getting caught out, but escapes with his life using the Translocator. Doesn't get nearly as much ult charge as he probably wanted, but even still. Shanghai trying to approach onto this Bastion. They want to charge into him, but he's going to get punished for that. Meanwhile, Cold Chill. Cold as ice. Taking out the main healer, and that should open it up for them. Cold Chill, the only reason why this push is even still viable at this stage.
Mr. Assassin almost kills shot saves you. Leaving it with like close to no health.
Cold Chill is a monster, and off of the back of his contributions to that team fight, among other things, it's looking like Shanghai will take first really quickly. Chilly boy, yes, correct.
Yes.
No real ultimates from either side going into this first engagement, but that basically favors Shanghai, as they have this Widowmaker, and no one can really contest her. Except maybe Hajmir on the Bastion.
Yeah. Soul seems to go like goats-ish with a Bastion.
Cold Chill, what the fuck was that? Holy shit. Okay.
Well,
how are you still alive?
He's trying his best.
No, I mean it. You'll see it in the VOD later. But now the engagement is coming on here. Shanghai is trying to win this fight immediately. They want more than a minute left. They want like 3 minutes left. And so far it's looking like they're probably gonna get it. Yep.
Easy guy.
Actual easy clap for the Shanghai side in this round. That's actually really dominant. Jesus Christ.
Well, that was happened when you put the Alpha Widowmaker on Widowmaker.
Not just Alpha Widowmaker, an Alpha Widowmaker who's getting contested 0%. Like, there were the only real person who was actually contesting Cold Chill at any point was the Soul Diva. Yeah, but the Diva never finished the kills, so it didn't really end up mattering. And now it's looking like Shanghai is probably going to want to run this triple dive tank, triple support composition. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll check back on them later, but the question is, what is Seoul going to run to try and defend against the Shanghai Shangang Meme Dream team? They're running a pretty standard composition. They want to put Dakota Jones dueling Cold Chill. They assume he's going to play Widowmaker, but he's not. He's on the Lucio.
So it's going to be going Farmer's on defense.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad idea. Playing Pharah here. First off, counters Goats. Second off, Pharah is just still pretty strong on console in general. They've already got the first and second picks, so this should be going in their favor. Goodbye. Goodbye. He just keeps spinning. He just keeps spinning. And he just keeps killing. He got ult from spinning. He got ultimate from spinning.
Well, you gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Someone clip that, please.
Please clip.
Please.
I know you're watching, what's it called? The Danish.
The Fran?
The Great Dane, yeah, the Great Dane. The Toxic Dane, who is it? Milos, yes.
Oh, yeah, Milos, yeah. Milos, you're toxic, clip that.
Pure class.
Toxic casters. Oof.
Well, you're the PMA one. We
Yeah,
need
I
it,
am the
and
PMA one. I'm master of PMAs. Shanghai will 4-0 though. Will 4-0 though. Yeah. So far they're on track to. So far, Shanghai is on track to 4-0
Okay,
yet
what's-
again. The next map is going to be Nepal.
Nipple.
Oof. Licensed Blizzard tournament, by the way.
Already? No subs?
Let me check. No one's messaged me, so
So we just
hold on. I'm
start.
just going to. Yeah, no one's saying anything, and if they do, then we can just
Then
pause the
it's
game, I
just
suppose.
pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Then we start.
again.
We go again.
Traveling to Nepal.
You see me rolling. That's a great name, Grain Pringles. You're already one of the most effective members of this community, and you've been here for round about an hour.
Hour,
Probably less.
Just like 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Like 20 minutes maximum.
Well,
This map in particular favors a lot of different styles. You can play double spam, you can play goats, play dive tanks. I really like this map a lot, but I think probably the most effective thing to run here in general, especially considering how many teams like playing goats, is something like Pharah Junkrat to spam onto the point and get a lot of really easy damage and ult charge. It basically makes it so that you can trick your enemies into going onto the point in the first place because they don't see you going to it, so they want to go in and get the capture. But then, because they're stuck in this little tight confined space, the Rocket and Junkrat spam do a very good job of slowly picking them off one by one, or at least depleting basically all of their resources before you go in for an actual attack. As far as what the two teams are actually playing, we're going to see side of Seoul playing a pretty aggressive, very up in your face style with the dive tanks, Reaper, Moira. Meanwhile, Shanghai, the Shang Gang, is playing a more standard comp that still benefits from being up close, but in a different way. They want to be more tactful about their engagements and execute on targets together. Suck my egg getting a little bit in trouble here, but finally you will get taken down.
Realizing there's okay, oh, Shanghai seems to be taking control.
Yes, Seoul did good to capture it in the first place, but they're only going to get 11% as Shanghai still ended up winning the fight. I already see them basically surpassing their enemy team already before before another engagement has even began.
Kashmir has his gold bomb.
Question is if he's gonna find
Yeah,
the right person to stick it on.
Right here.
Suck my egg, slamming down, but only dying for it, and Hajmir getting a kill as well. Good ultimates from.
Like trying to flashbang the Tracer, but he completely fails. That's not
Unfortunate for color.
unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Now, two teams going
They
into
seem
this
to be
next.
chasing the.
He
Eva
was
gets
going
a
to be
pick on
staggered.
Dakota Jones.
Yeah, he gets a pick, but the off tank is a lot more valuable in this game than one of the DPS. So ultimately, that's still going to be cause for Shanghai to probably want to wait a little bit. Instead, they're charging
they're going
straight
in.
in. What absolute madmen! They have a Zarya Genji Blade combo, but they didn't even wait for her to return to use it. And now their side's going to fall in kind of a broken engagement. Cold Chill trying to salvage it, but there's only so much you can do.
This is just retreat, since they're just losing way too much percentage.
Yeah. the Shang gang just getting routed. They just have to fall back. And
Do you think that was a bit of overkill with the Reaper ult? He could have just shot her.
well, it was overkill because the fight was already over anyway. You know,
Yeah.
ultimately, like it got stagger kills that again he probably would have gotten anyway. But no, I guess he felt that it was worth the maybe 3 extra ult
Yeah.
percentage. Pretty lucky pick
Like
there.
gets
from
a kill with this. And the
Unfortunate.
fight seems to be going to the Shanghai. And Kashmir just gets destroyed.
Kashmir does get destroyed, as does the rest of his team. There's a pretty back and forth map so far. Shanghai is going to get a lot of percentage on this, and they already have so much. I think Shanghai is basically guaranteed the next fight win at least, unless this Graviton gets eaten. Because they have the Grav Dragon combo, or they have the Grav Dragon Blade combo.
Yes.
It might not even need us to get the
on
first pick.
Though gets picked again by Tracer.
I know that they can't afford to lose this fight, so the question is, are they going to decide that now is the time to use the Blade and Grab?
Blade?
Apparently not.
Well, they just decide that the fight is already won, so no need to overkill.
Yeah, the only
Just
issue
save it
with
for the
that,
last engage.
the only issue with that though is that now Jots has the Transcendence, so he's going to be able to keep his team alive through it. Now, if Mr.
Yeah, but
Assassin
they're still
sucked my
gonna get
egg,
stuck.
fair. Mr. Assassin's, he was already dead. That's really bad for them, and the rest of the team is slowly falling.
There he pops the chance, but it's no way that Star can get back in time.
Hold
A9?
chill.
Kinda.
Kind of a C9. The rest of its team was already dead, and he died before he even touched the point, but we'll call it a C9.
Yeah.
Seoul putting their names a little bit on the board here. They're not quite satisfied with their showing the first time around, but on the second map they're coming on a little bit stronger. This map is different from the first. It doesn't really benefit spam heroes nearly as much. There's a lot more about taking control of the space around the point. So heroes like the dive tanks and Tracer on the Seoul team are going to be at an even stronger advantage.
Yeah. The Soul seems to be going kind of the same aim comp decision. Yeah. This is a map really to just get close to each other and close and personal, which they're
Kashmir melts the
destroying
entire back line. What a monster.
that's a monster move. Bullshit is switching, I think. To Genji. No, to
Reaper. I guess he's decided that he wants to deal with Kashmir if he gets a little bit too close for his liking. It's not a bad idea. Kashmir's still in position. He wants to get a repeat offense of what he just did.
Got a phone Jones behind. Almost gets a pick on a Mercy, but gets found out by Kalberg. They're chasing him now.
He has this pulse bomb though, so when is he gonna use it?
Oh, that's a huge charge on Jones. Huge face.
Pulse bomb doesn't find anything, and even if it did, the rest of Kashmir's team was already dead and buried. Ultimately, just a little bit of a waste.
Teabagged. Dead and buried and teabagged. Yeah. And it seems like I was gonna say that Justin wasn't in his map, but he just got it. Seems like both Moors have their coalescence really soon. Fight seems to be in favor of Soul.
Soul's getting a good job. They're just winning these kind of solo engagements, and that'll be enough to win them back the point. Hashmir isn't satisfied with that though, he wants some staggers. He'll get killed himself, but it's a trade, so I think he'll be happy with that. He can get back to the point faster than Moira. Dakota's pushing all the way out with his ultimate. What a mad lad.
Yeah. If they want to go in, I think they should do it right now or something. That's not just no. Now just miss this one.
Reinhardt
My
charge.
seems to be going in for a huge shadow, but it's in the bubble.
Well, he manages to find one. The grab only gets the tanks, and that's not really what they were looking for. Bit of a broken
Four
engagement
ults
from
to
Shanghai.
Yeah, that's 4 ults and they got no picks.
It's unfortunate for them, and
they're lucky.
Stardust rezzing up Iwa, but Iwa's probably just going to be an ult battery at this point. All he's going to do now is die and stagger. Shanghai would have had problems getting back for the recontest in the first place, but now with Iwa certainly dying, it's going to be even more difficult.
Now it's 2-0 to Seoul.
It is actually 1-1. Shanghai won the first.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot.
Suck my egg.
It's
Getting a
1-1.
Reinhardt play of the game. It's not bad.
Let's play.
If only his team. Oh, that's pretty good. If only his team had ended up actually winning the map. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
Pretty good rallying cry by his team, though. All 6 of them voting for his card. Isn't that basically what matters in the end?
Saying that he carried, yes.
Mm-hmm. No Bastion, no win. I don't disagree with you, West. I don't disagree.
Next map. Trivia.
It doesn't look like... oh, it's Hollywood. Next map is Hollywood. It doesn't... Okay, hold on. We're being told to wait.
Okay.
Question is, what are we waiting for? I assume a substitute.
Or Plug going back to his main account since he forgot his settings. I don't know. Maybe someone just got a serious case of needing to go to the toilet.
Maybe. Stardust is doing something. Okay.
Okay.
They don't want to be down a player. That's fair.
Especially their carry support player.
Okay, apparently now we're back. Okay, so I'm just going to check with both teams.
Finger move.
As soon as I get an all clear from both of them, go ahead and start. On to Hollywood.
Okay, we start.
No, we didn't get an all clear. I mean,
Well,
no
we
one...
start if
Yeah, you're right. We can just pause it anyway. It's
if
fine.
nobody says no except for deity, it's okay.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. In any case,
never wrong.
this is a pretty good Shanghai map in that I've never seen them lose it, whether that be in the pre-season or main season games. They've always been
Let's see
a
if
pretty
they do
strong
it.
team. This is a good Bastion map, especially first
Yeah,
point
that's the reason.
on both offense
Probably
and
is.
defense. Yeah. Thing is, though, you have to assume that at this point their strategies are getting a little bit figured out. It looks like Seoul might know what they have planned, considering that Dakota is currently sitting on that Sombra pick, and Hashmir similarly on the Junkrat.
Is Junkrat good on attack?
Junkrat isn't necessarily good on attack, but he's good against Bastion. That's all that they really are looking for.
They're also trying to burst that Orita's shield, probably.
Yeah, that'll
What
be
they
a
don't know
pretty...
is that Eva is probably the best road in entire community. Like you said, that used to say before.
Iwa is pretty good. I've seen him carry from time to time. Really, no matter what hero he's played, the question is that going to assist his team this time around? Now, it is pretty
Yes.
important to notice the fact, though, that when Shanghai has won Hollywood previously, even though they've been running the Bastion, it's pretty infamously not been because of the Bastion. The Bastion has usually died most of the time first. Yeah. The Bastion usually dies first into the fight. However, that ends up not mattering because the rest of his team does such a good job of covering for that death and using that space that he's made.
Poplar seems to be in the worst position possible if he gets found out. And he does.
He does. So he should die about immediately, but
Yeah,
again,
he
his
did
team
die.
is going to get a pick off of it, so it's kind of okay. And there's a second, so again, even though their
So-
theoretical best damage dealer is dead, the space he created let the rest of his team benefit from it anyway.
Yeah. But if Seoul hurries up now, they can push in while plug straight to set up. Doesn't seem like they managed to do it since he just set up. But Dakota is right on his ass.
The hack coming out, he needs to get healed. He loses this duel if he doesn't get healed, but Dakota doesn't manage to
they lose.
teleport away in time, I suppose.
Or just didn't have it.
That could be the answer as well, and I don't know why they're still pushing in.
Oh,
That's going to be
that's
a
sad.
waste of an ultimate. Justin similarly getting melted. He should die here, and he will. Again, it's just so difficult to get anything done in this situation against the Bastion, when seemingly you get so close and yet so far.
But in the end, it didn't even matter.
In the end, it didn't even matter. Stardust needs a bit of healing. He has another healer on his team, but and a nade to use on himself, but for some reason, neither of those things is happening. There we go.
Now it happened.
Now it happened. Power plug coming up on his ultimate, but he's
probably
gonna have to
going to
contend with that Far, who's already bursted him down. This for his team not in a great position, but
I'm pushing that Torbjorn.
Nano Hammer. Nano Hammer. The Nano
Hey,
Hammer
little-
will be enough.
Way too much damage. Please nerf.
Please rework Blizz.
Oh wait.
Oh wait.
Oh, that's a huge stagger on Justin.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's gonna be at least about a minute 10 before a real solid push can be made in this situation. Ko is still coming around the backside. Does he want to take out the turret or does he want to take out the Bastion?
Enemy turret here.
It's looking
Well,
like
one
he's
of
just
them is
checking
dangerous.
around. He's going for this Bastion. He has the EMP if he decides to pop it, but he doesn't have a translocator set up, so he doesn't have any means of escape at the moment. A lot of good hacks coming out from Dakota, and the sound barrier will keep him alive. Off the back of that, it's looking like Seoul should be the one to win the day in this fight. Mr. Assassin going DPS Moira, taking out the main tank, but it's already in such a terrible position. How much more can a small little support do? Might be tempted
Well,
to
what
pop
can a roller do?
Coalescence. Mr. Assassin doing
They
such a
are
good job
stalling
of
it
staying
really
alive.
They seem to
Ultimately-
be going for a full-on stall.
Yeah, but it will
doesn't
all
go that
fall
well,
in the
but-
end. They put a lot of
They used
resources.
2 DPS ults.
Yeah, they put a lot of resources into that, and despite that, all it really ended up being was a bit of a waste, but both their DPS are going to be swapping onto the double sniper, so I think that they're okay with using all of those ultimates. They probably want to counter Hajmir on this Farah. Similarly, they
Well,
kind of do a
that's the
decent
reason
job.
to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
similarly, they
double
kind of do a
sniper.
pretty good job of countering the Sombra.
The Jones gets slapped in the back line, then hooked, but still managed to get away.
It's a pretty
Marisa
good aerial
ult
shot of
comes
some
out.
teabagging. You love to see it.
You know
Hashmir
it.
walking back to the spawn room. Looks like even though he has his ultimate, he's going to swap. Or maybe it seems he's reconsidered. Maybe he's just going to group up with his team. I still don't necessarily recommend. I still don't recommend playing this far into Cold Chill's Widowmaker. Now he knows that the Sombra is at least around.
Yeah. He needs to get to dive low. Now EMP goes through it. It's probably going to get 3 picks. With barrage, of course.
Pretty well
So
done.
managed to get Sashmir.
Well, that's just some bad BM.
Eva staying alive. Getting picks.
Oh boy, Iwa. Iwi. This is
Eva.
This is not a sight that I would like to see. A nanoed Roadhog using his ultimate. It'd be a pretty scary thing, even at long distances, and he does manage to help pick off one. The rest will have to fall back.
They're scared of the Eva.
Cold Chill had a pretty clear shot at the enemy Widow, but didn't take it. Now he has to retreat, or else he's getting bug zapped. Yep, he gets dove, and he'll die for that. Now it's Dakota's time to try and get some value out of being an uncontested Widowmaker.
Goes on Hashmakers. So seems to get just hitting off the enemy like they're flies.
2 picks off the back of the Widowmaker. It was looking like it was going in Soul's direction anyway, but still. Now, Iwa will get the D-Mech, but he's gonna get staggered for it.
Really heavy. And get BM'd.
However, take a look at the time. There's only a minute left for the Soul team. They don't have a lot to work with here. Maybe 2 fights, assuming that they lose the first one pretty quickly. They don't want to lose any. As they pop that in for sight, Dakota wants to dual Cold Chill, misses his first shot, but hits the second. Now he's going back around the opposite angle. Wants to get a bit of a flank here with the Widowmaker.
Hashmi gets himself. Dakota wants jets. Like.
Dakota doing a little bit of work, and no one's contesting him. Dakota. Dakota. Dakota, stop.
Dakota.
Stop.
I think I know what play of the game is gonna be.
Well, no, that was something. That was something.
Something.
So, you know, the question is it even possible to shoot the Widowmaker if you're already dead?
If you're Hanzo, he has a projectile. Like, yeah.
You're right. I'm sure that a little bit of head scratching is going to be coming out from the way of Shanghai. Not entirely sure what just happened there. It seemed like they were doing so well on time, probably in a good position to push the enemy team into overtime, and yet suddenly their heads were just taken off of all of their shoulders.
That's
Clicked
the bad thing
all
about
heads.
Widowmaker.
He did.
If you play Widowmaker against a Widowmaker, you're basically relying on your Widowmaker to actually managing to not get picked off in the first shots.
Well, the thing is that betting on Cold Chill's Widowmaker isn't a bad bet. Cold Chill is one of the better Widowmakers in the league, and we've seen that pretty consistently. The thing is that in this situation, when he just so happened to be the first one to be picked, and then didn't swap onto something that could really contest the Widowmaker, you know, the Dakota Jones Widowmaker was kind of just given a bit of free reign to do whatever he pleased, and it's just shooting fish in a barrel at that point.
Yeah, I've never shot fish in a barrel, so I don't know how easy that is. So I'll just say it's easier to hit a woman than hit a girl. Jones, not really. What? What?
Yeah, I agree. Now Hajimir and Seoul set up with the Bastion. They're kind of stealing Shanghai's strats. They probably expect Shanghai to run a Bastion of their own, so they want to get the jump on them, have better positioning to start with. This time Cold Chill and Dakota gonna be in a duel with each other yet again. Dakota a bit exposed, and he'll get taken out by Cold Chill. This is the first real Widowmaker duel that we've had in this league between two Widowmakers who have both, at least in some instances, managed to prove themselves. He was fully charged, but he's gonna die, so a lot of it's wasted. Hajimir still staying alive, but not really having much damage or kills to his name at the moment. Finally gets set up, and that should be enough to melt at least one or two enemies. It took him a bit to get in position, but Hajimir finally will put an end to that push. Dakota Jones following them basically all the way to spawn. He wanted to get those final kills. Doing a lot of damage to Zarya. Almost getting a good kill onto her. He sees the Widowmaker, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Cold Chill winning the Widow duel yet again.
They're still on the high ground. It's very hard for them to push in.
Yeah, but now that Cold Chill has a pretty good angle here, he's going to be able to melt both Boston's and Bryant and and him.
Alright.
And that'll be the first point capped for Shanghai finally.
This is a really good way to make a place we're seeing here. Hoping to see more.
Cold Chill and Dakota, monsters, but one a little bit more monstrous than the other at the moment. Cold Chill is a monster on stationary Arissa's. He is, you know, look, you can discount the kill onto the stationary Arissa all you want, but he still managed to hit some other shots. Mr. Assassin being the DPS Moira, already getting 2 kills to his name, one of them including a main tank and the other a Bastion. And now he's going after the Hog as well, going deeper and deeper. Bryant wanted to escape there, but I think he kind of messed up the fade, and he's just going to get staggered for it. It'll really surprise me if Seoul thinks that they can legitimately contest this.
Seems like they won't be trying to contest the point.
They won't be trying.
They pop Transcendence for a reason.
Pop Transcendence. Probably just some miscommunication. Cold Chill knows where he just saw Dakota from, but this time around, he's going to get a little bit better read on him, but still has to disengage as he doesn't connect the shot. And I guess he doesn't trust they can win that duel from that disadvantaged position deep in enemy territory. Cold Chill looking to go back around the enemy team. Color Plug has his ultimate, and so does Iwa, so they could go for a bit of a Graviton combo. Questions will it find anything? It does.
Oh.
It was the time of the Widowmakers, now it's the time of the Doomfist. Look at the amount of time that Shanghai has. Ultimately, they've had a much better run up till now than their opponents, and it's beginning to show. Even if they don't necessarily win this fight right here, they still have a lot of time to deal with it later on, but it looks like they're in position to win already. Trades coming out from both sides, still kind of favoring Shanghai, but the spawn advantage is still so strong for Seoul. And you hate to see it. You hate to see C9s abound actual easy clap.
Gonna be,
Now, Grant, again,
easy.
can you really call that a C9? The rest of his team was
call it a
already
Champs
dead.
9.
It was a Z9. Yes, West is the only person who actually knows the terminology. Thank you, West.
Well, it seems like it's someone in chat totally knows that it's C9. He's a
Someone
big
someone
intellectual.
seems to understand it better than the rest of us. The more he says
it's
C9, the
DH.
more true it is.
Probably DHFQ.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I've never played Genji on defense. Is that really a good choice? Now that Ghost is really popular. Yo, did I die? Trivia? Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, he basically works just about anywhere, really.
Yeah. Never seen him as a really good tank buster. I think it's gonna be halfway good, not the best. That's a lot of healing and damage. Oh, that's a fast ult. Two picks, two ults. Like that's good. Eva seems to be alone with the processes. Good. Yeah, coach is 2 OP, please ban. Shanghai just seems to be keep on going back. Okay. Well, 2 players of Shanghai I think has the bad spawns, they shouldn't engage right now. They do get a pick, so it might be a chance. They pop a result. I think they're just gonna decide it here and now. Tools gets used right as now, the grab and the regold. Yeah. There's no ults left, they're just popping every ult. Everyone just fighting. And did Trivia die? I'm alone. Oh shit, they're still fighting. Told you just get picked up. They just don't seem to perform. Gets suctioned to death.
This was not my trailer.
Let's see how far they manage to get this. So, 2 ults popped immediately, gets a pick. Blue ult also pops far ult, doesn't die. Resistance does get like 3 picks with ult. Yeah, spawn advantage goodness might be a real problem. dragons, doing most of the damage to force it to kill him. They should be honest to focus up now as Eva gets out of the way. Mag managed to Jots gets for the plug. But he seems to be almost dead too. Oh, that's a huge ult from Culture. Really good. Really good.
3 to 5. Switching sides.
Seoul seems to be insisting on going that comp. That's coats. Coats, yeah. Curious here, maybe his mic just got muted.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Shanghai going Genji, we don't know. It seems like they might be switching. I think Plug is gonna switch.
3, 2,
Yeah, he switched to Mei.
attackers incoming.
Mei and Widow.
End objective
Okay. Against goats. Gonna be funny. Yeah, there goes Cold Shield. Maybe gets used. Managed to get the boss. Seems to be too much. Oh, that's a shatter. Start just gets caught in the enemy backline. They're going to get forced by the managed to get assist punch. Seems like Shanghai is winning this fight. But you never know. Brick's still alive. Or not. Reserves is dead. So BM by Suck My Egg. Teabagging.
objective A captured.
The Magic get first point. Soul pops the Brigo to get more buff to fight in the next fight. You have that heavy armor. They also have Adolescents. I think they're gonna pop it as soon as they can, but yeah, power just pop this wizard. Basically just freezing the enemy line. There goes the enemy. Kills basically two. Yeah.
My ultimate is ready. Earthshatter, ready. Jesse McCree? That is a terrible name for a cowboy.
Oh yeah. Seems like Shanghai is just running a solo healer. Eva just basically just fought that scrub by herself. And there goes Shadow by herself. They're gonna stagger plug it in. Basically. Yeah. They staggered Culture even more. That's gonna take about 15 minutes of their time. Oh, that's 10 seconds. There goes a grab. That just get one with her barrage. gonna get focused by a demon to hide, but runs out of
All
fuel.
right, friends, I'm back.
What happened to you? I was lonely.
I know you were lonely. I just couldn't talk for a little bit, so instead I focused on stellar camera work. You're welcome, Twitch chat.
Told you to just fuck his soul, but he dies while he's just now he seems to be going Shanghai's way.
Yeah, Iwa with this
Yeah, I
100
think
charge and full health. Pretty big force to be reckoned with. And they're going to be pushing in. They want to stagger everyone now that they don't have their main tank to protect them. Instead, they're just going to let them go.
Wow. I was doing good. I hope to just come back.
Oh, I heard
with
the whole
something
thing. You
like
did
it.
fine.
We're running out of time.
You did well.
Just come back with the advanced weapon. Shite. Oh,
Charge comes
there's
through,
no
opening for the
charge
shatter.
back.
Gets
That's a
basically blocked by
huge
the
shatter,
bubble.
but it was too low to actually engage. Yeah, it's like Mike just gets killed by Hashmi, but around him everyone else is dying.
Shanghai's still going to cap
Yeah.
second. Not bad. They wish that they probably would have held onto this tire, but they see that Reinhardt's going to be all the way back there, and they might go for a stagger on him if they're smart about it.
He has to bring with him. So I don't think they're gonna try to do that. What's the point?
Maybe.
There won't be a huge C9s, you know?
Reaper's going to be looking
Cold plug
for an
behind him
opportunity.
with the-
He's probably been spotted at this point, though. It's going to be difficult. Still can pop this ult whenever he gets a chance, but when is he going to find the opportunity?
I think he's just waiting for the demon to get destroyed.
Maybe, but Shanghai can't afford to lose a fight, so they have to get aggressive here, and they will.
And they do. That's some big picks.
Big picks, but they still use so many
Killer
ultimates.
comes up.
Okay,
They lost
all-
their main. First one of these.
it all comes down to this final fight here. Iwa has the grab, Assassin's gonna have his coalescence, and Boston's might be the only person on the enemy team who ends up getting his ultimate, but he might die in the first place.
Oh, that's a huge. That's huge. Really huge. That's a
Boston's
huge
still
shatter.
getting shatter. Trades are coming out fairly evenly, but
Who has it on advantage? Yes, it's
the
maybe
ultimate's
them managed to steal it a bit longer. I don't think so.
the ult advantage just in Shanghai's way, and that's the reason why they won
That's
second.
2-1. I need to see this play of the game, sorry.
Play of the game.
Yeah. That was huge. Really big.
Jesus. The Moira faded into it.
That's kinda sad.
Now that's
Wow,
Shanghai.
That's a lot of healing and kills. Ooh.
No kidding. That's what happens when we have a 23.5-minute match.
Oh yeah, next map. Trivia, what's the next map?
Next map is Gibraltar.
Oh yeah, Gibraltar.
I like Gibraltar a lot. I think it's a good map.
I like it.
Someone
It
has
seems-
left the game
It
for
seems
some
mean.
reason. The
Ah,
winner
yes,
was Shanghai.
It
We
was
need a
Shanghai.
sub.
It was
Wait a bit. Okay, we need to wait for
It's,
Shanghai to get a sub.
Stardust. It's Stardust. Yes. I think I don't know. Maybe she had to go. I'm checking Discord right now. Discord died. Wait, no. Yeah, they need a sub. We're just gonna wait for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Be back soon enough.
Yeah. Please don't die again. I was lonely.
Listen, the amount of these games that I've casted by myself from beginning to end, you were fine. Just what, 7 minutes on your own? You did A-okay. And you know what? I think you
A-okay.
came out the
Oh,
other
no.
end a stronger person.
They're getting the brig one trick.
Perfect. I love Brig One tricks. Dank Dragon X now in the game.
Okay, we ready?
Good question.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on. Okay, so Shanghai is ready to go. And no one on Seoul is saying otherwise. So I guess just go ahead and start us up.
Are you 100% sure now? 100%. Are you 100% sure? Just checking. Don't want to send anyone in without the subs, no.
Shanghai are throwing by subbing in Dank. Aw. Rest in peace, Dank.
Aww. Rip.
This map benefits a lot of heroes with high mobility, but specifically more dive
Bastion.
tanks.
Oh yes, Bastion.
Well, Bastion is actually pretty. It creates a weird sort of thing, right? So you benefit from the map geometry if you play something like dive tanks on defense. However, because the defense plays dive tanks, you benefit from on offense playing a Bastion, which basically munches dive tanks. If you can survive their initial dive onto you. Now, granted, this first time around, we're actually going to be seeing Shanghai on the attack with the Bastion, not running dive tanks, or on the defense running Bastion and not dive tanks. Meanwhile, the attack is running dive tanks. So again, it's kind of just going to depend really on Dakota Jones doing a good job of slicing through the Bastion's armor, getting a pick, especially onto someone like Dank Dragon, who's going to be a big source of sustain for the Bastion specifically. So it really all comes down to Dakota doing as well as he did previously, and Color trying to not feed, which may be the most difficult
We
arc
don't judge
of
people
all.
by the color. We judge Plug for his plug, not by his color.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bit of an odd position. Really don't have much sightlines of anything up here, Color Plug. He'll be able to shoot at them for roughly about 5 seconds, assuming the payload keeps getting pushed past.
And Dakota Jones hitting many push-ups.
And the payload's already been pushed. Now they want to get a little bit aggressive here, but Shanghai's already down a man.
Okay, pick by Dakota Jones again. Nice. Oh, don't have to talk. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Sky carry casting. Public seems to be continuing going Bastion, even though you won't get that much time setting up. They're probably going to get some dive the second they come up. No, Kalpag just get to shoot Dakota Jones. They just basically free to shoot, except that the Divas just last game.
Color now getting in tank configuration, holding this for his team. Well done. I don't know who just called it a pointless self-heal from Bastion. Color Plug does not do things that are pointless.
He's the best Zenyatta in the entire world. Don't even try to ask him about things.
Nothing that Plug does on Bastion is a mistake, you fool.
No, Everything he does is a mistake. Not only
Yeah,
us.
yeah, you're right. Yeah. Bastion going to be set up, but not much protection, so Dakota is still just going to be trying to melt him down. He heals when he has full health. He heals when he has full health so that it heals incoming damage. This isn't hard.
No.
Yeah, easy.
No.
Cold Chill teleporting up top, trying to contest this Diva. Not a bad play. Widow definitely peaked on Hollywood. The Widow's career peaked on Hollywood forever. Yes, we're never going to see that play again.
Yes.
He pops in for sight when the rest of his team is already dead, so he's not going to be getting much of anything. Bastion waving high, respecting the wave. You love to see it. Same. Cold Chill up top with his Reaper ultimate and a bit of armor. Probably wants to jump down on the opposing team when they charge in. Coming around the rear side.
Yeah.
Coming in now from a bit of an awkward angle and not finding much of anything.
It's like just missing out on the entire fight.
Plug just not around. Trying to kill Dakota Lucio. Now going after the Hanzo, and unfortunately a pop ult only to die.
Yes. Yes.
Why Ultimate Diva was still in mech and Ron was still alive? Ask him. I can't explain it. In either case, we're seeing Cold Chill is now swapped onto Widowmaker. Color is on the Genji. Called already.
Just get a pick on the enemy Widow.
Yeah, already winning Widow duel. I'd like to take note of something. I believe we are now on map 4, and I believe that neither team has, like, at any point. Well, I don't want to say that. I think between both teams, only one has used Mercy at, like, any point. You love to see. You love to see it.
Nah, I'm happy to see that she's gone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Justin Stark just teabagging Cold Chill, and I see just managed to kill him.
Well, I mean, if Cold Chill died, I guess he deserved it.
Yes.
Cold Chill getting a nice aggressive high ground. He gets the first shot for free, but misses. Fortunate for him, and now his location is going to be known. He'll get taken out. Two snipers shooting at him at once. What are you doing, Ashmir?
That's like 3 teammates are already dead. That's it, it's not evil. So it's basically getting staggered as of right now. Yeah.
It's just Shanghai. Pretty dominant position now that we finally made it onto this last point. They have pretty strong ultimates to defend and keep themselves topped up. Dakota looking for a pick onto anybody. Pops in for sight even though we can basically already see the entire enemy team.
Just a check.
Just a check.
In case.
Of course.
Just in case.
Color getting melted from a distance. He had no chance. Austin's completely whiffing the Earth Shatter. But the same cannot be said of Suck My Egg. Tries to go too far.
A bit far with this charge though. Die. Photons uncontested on the high ground. Brigand. Doomfist coming green.
short-ranged heroes taking out the sniper. You love to see it. Speaking of snipers, Hashmir taking out 2. He was still holding on to this Graviton. He's had it for a while, and Mr. Assassin has had his Coalescence for just about as long. Finally popping the Coalescence, but when is this Graviton going to come out? It needs to be soon. They really only need to win 2 fights at this point, but they also can't afford to lose one anymore. Massive bomb. Massive bomb right into the crack of the door frame. That's going to secure them the capture.
Huge. Huge.
Actually gigantic. Well done. Someone clip that as well.
Humongous.
We're getting a lot of good moments here. I expected most of them to come from Shanghai, but it seems that Seoul so far has been, even if they don't have more map wins to their name, Seoul has these hero plays that just seem to come out of basically nowhere.
Shanghai just performing better, I guess.
Well, Shanghai, in a weird twist, has been more consistent in this game than they have been before. However, all of these individual hero plays from Seoul, again, still just winning them these fights in their last 11th hour.
They would totally have won this 4 hour, you know, if they still had moves.
If they still had moves. Rest in peace, moves. I still miss you. Your Junkrat was a sight to behold.
Wasn't he like a Genji main though? Why?
I think he was like a projectile main, just in general. But I usually saw him playing Junkrat.
Nice.
Shanghai looking to run this triple dive tank composition again. They pick really weird supports for it though. Usually if you're going to run something like this, you're probably going to want like an Ana for a main healer. And I guess Brig makes sense, but Mr. Assassin, Moira doesn't have the movement to keep up with these tanks. She doesn't have the range.
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
Why have you
I
posed?
pressed wrong button.
Rest
Press
in
wrong
peace.
button.
What a terrible mistake you've made.
Yeah, I should be executed.
God.
And I think Mr. Assassin has been practicing his Moira quite a lot. That's the reason why he's playing it.
Cold Chill, trying to get a good position onto this Widowmaker. Unfortunately, he's the one who's going to be shot at first, but he'll still win the duel with 11 health remaining. He gets sucked to death.
Just gets killed by random ball.
Oof. Cold Chill winning the Widow duel, and the rest of his team using that momentum and taking it to the fight. Again, they have this triple tank dive, and it's just so powerful in up-close, chaotic situations. It's essentially like this, right? So, if Seoul were perhaps a bit more coordinated, they have more burst damage, they'd be able to probably win the fight. But Shanghai is playing a composition that inherently benefits when, like, the team you're playing against kind of lacks a bit of coordination, and maybe your team does as well, but you basically do splash damage onto so many people, it ends up not mattering.
My team is perfect, what do you mean?
God. Shanghai is perfect.
Oh, that's nasty for a strike.
Color Plug kind of just staggering himself. There's no way that he gets out of this situation alive, but ultimately doesn't matter too much. Again, he's a hamster ball. He'll be in pretty quickly. A lot of ultimates coming up at around the same time for Shanghai. They've swapped Cold Chill onto the Lucio.
Oh yes, he used to be a good Lucio before Kermit came in and became the best.
Big Bomb takes
That's
out both supports.
huge-
Hero popping Primal Rage, trying to get a little bit of clearance away from the payload, keeping the entire enemy team
Wasted shatter.
wasted shatter, but the intent was in a good place. Shanghai, again, just doing so well. Like, their time compared to Seoul for getting these points over and over and over is just all around better.
Moira getting chased down to the ult. Maybe getting staggered a bit. Definitely getting staggered. That's a huge stagger.
Getting staggered, but it's not
They
like
must
Seoul
remember
has
to
nothing
be-
for this. They have this tire, and now they don't.
Oh
Doesn't get
Must
anyone,
not be
but comes
decent.
very close to.
no. Yeah.
Color has mines, and he finally deploys them.
Yeah. Stuck my.
Reaper up top, what are you doing, Dakota? Getting into a bit of a scuffle, to put it mildly.
That's a big ult by Hashmi.
Go by Hashmere, takes out the diva who had just used her ult to try and get a diva bomb. Doesn't even get a D-mech or anything. Just flat out kills the diva. They have 2 support ultimates to push in with this, and Iwa is coming up on his primal rage as well, but they're going to be pushing into so much damage here from the enemy team and their ultimates. Cold Chill going in deep, almost gets picked off for it, saves himself. He couldn't save the rest of his team from that shatter.
Oh no. Poor Cold Chill. He got
Poor
trapped.
Cold Chill.
Death Blossom and the Diva Bomb on top of it.
Kashmir coming up pretty soon on this tire yet again. This is usually ended pushes all on its own. It looks like they aren't even going to need it this time around. Dakota going on a bit of a wild man run, taking out 2. And now Cold Chill has decided.
Going on a Widow.
He's decided, and no one's going to be a Widow to contest me, and I kind of feel like I have to put on my carry pants. So he's going this Widowmaker, hoping to win against the fact that the enemy team really doesn't have anyone who can properly contest him. The Diva can kind of threaten him, and the Lucio projectiles can do a bit of damage, but unless someone like the Reaper gets in a solid flank, Cold Chill should really never die here unless he overextends.
Diva diving in a Diva, trying to get a demon, but there's a Lucio just to save her. There's a Reaper in the backline. That's
Reaper
a
in the-
huge bomb.
Huge bomb, gets 2 in a D-mech. This should be an opportunity for Shanghai to finally push in here and cap second after they've been delayed for so long. They get the pick onto the Moira as well. The respawns will eventually come in, and it's not like Seoul doesn't have the ultimates to contest this, but the question is if they're going to really commit to it. Doesn't look like they are, except Boss Sense here, kind of all alone. He'll get melted for it. The rest of his team follows him seemingly reluctantly, but a pretty big ultimate kind of evens up the playing field until finally it gets pushed in regardless. Big bomb, just a few seconds too late. Shanghai and Wang till last fight to do anything. Name a more iconic duo. Yeah.
Trivia and casting. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's a retire. I think he's gonna get 2 people here. Alright.
Puts it right in the exact position where it gets caught by the Brigitte shield.
No.
Dakota and Cold Chill yet again in another duel, which Cold Chill now wins.
Ultis like to be on top, you know.
Of course.
Shadow gets the Eva.
That should be the end of Mr. Assassin, and it is. The entire Shanghai side slowly falling one by one.
Eva is still behind them. Hoping not to get found.
Yeah, you're in a bit of a precarious position here, Iwa. Not quite sure why he's here, but
He can give them sights.
give them a bit of
Oh,
sight.
huge shatter. Really huge.
It's a pretty big shatter to start off with, and the rest of the picks will surely follow.
Okay, I think it's gonna be a Widow duel now. But then
Widow duel, which
And
Cold
Cold
Chill
Chill comes on
wins.
top.
It's gonna be a clash of ultimates here as two sides try and win this final fight. Hajmir looking to win it with his tire, but Cold Chill will take it out before it even has a chance to do anything. Cold Chill dropping down from his high ground perch, not sure why, but he gets a kill, so what does it matter?
Yes.
That'll be a pushing, and we're going to
Which
overtime.
got a better time. Who's got a better time?
It was Seoul, right?
Okay.
Pretty sure
Okay,
so.
okay.
Am I wrong?
No. Soul is red.
Yeah, Seoul got the better time.
Okay. Dakota Jones and Colt Chill both going Widowmaker. Wishing to see more of those Widowmaker plays, you know?
Mm-hmm. Now, Cold Chill so far this map has been winning those duels pretty handily, and here's the thing: this is such a strong Widowmaker map that really,
Yes.
if you're winning those Widow
Yeah, shout out
duels,
to all the guys that's watching the stream right now. You guys are the best. Yeah.
see, you've made a
Really
mistake.
love you guys.
You've made a mistake by shouting them out. Now they know. They know that you can be bought. That
I am what?
I am bought. Jesus. Dallas needs to stay in third. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that is too bad to stay in third, so that's sad.
yeah. If Shanghai wins this, they'll be tied for first, I believe, with New York. I think.
New York? What?
I think so.
I was
Something like that.
thinking like Philly or Boston.
Yeah, it's Philly. It's Philly Poggers. That's the one. Hamster is a good idea, but against this Bastion, you need to have pretty good maneuvering in order to have any chance of dealing with it. And fortunately for him, he gets stunned out.
Like before, he's been pretty much feeding on that hamster. Not to be rude.
It's just
But
so
not getting that much
unfortunate for the side of Shanghai, known for their Bastion play, now trying to kind of revamp themselves as this hamster ball / triple dive tank team, but now they can be easily countered by the thing which they themselves were most famous for in the first place.
You become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Exactly. In fact, they became the very thing which they did destroy previously by playing hamster in the Bastion. Hajmir getting a lot of damage. You would have seen it if I was better at keeping track of ultimates and cameras, but all that really matters is the side of Shanghai is getting pretty hard stopped.
Yeah, really Look like trying to stay on point, but just gets melted.
Now, this isn't necessarily impossible to come back from,
Just really hard.
just really hard. Just pretty difficult.
Caterpillar going Bastion instantly.
Colorplay going Bastion. He's auto-locked Bastion. He knows it's his time. He says, this right here, this is our time.
Yes.
It's like an old American film that many people may know quite well. That's
What?
right, I'm saying the hit Adam Sandler film Click. Anyone?
What are you talking about?
Anyone? Anyone know the hit
What are you
Adam
talking
Sandler
about?
film Click? In which Adam Sandler gets a remote control, which he uses to basically control time and space.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. I was thinking
Yeah.
about Adam Sandals.
Yeah. Shanghai is going to need a controller with that power in order to have the slightest chance of beating Hajmir's Bastion this time around.
Well, they have Torb and Bastion. So
They
I
have a
hope
Torb
there will
and a
be at
Bastion.
least some
But
chance.
the Torb isn't reworked, so it's all going to come down to a bit of a luck game. Who manages to get the first damage out? Hajmir gets hooked. That's going to be a really big problem for the Soul team, but they're getting so much damage done anyway, it doesn't matter.
Look, just walking around while the fight is just completely going on. Now
Color
it's just
Plug trying
doing
his best with the
damage.
flank Bastion. It fails.
Just
You're
work.
not Grubmerk.
Grubmerk, best question.
Grubmerk best flanking Bastion at the very least, yes. Hajmir struggling to even find the Tracer.
Dank Dragon just.
Tank Dragon
Very
is
good
just
at it.
staying at the very bottom of the payload, doing such a good job of just staying alive. And now we go to map
Okay,
5.
now it's 2-2.
I need to
It's,
eat.
Ilios.
Map 5,
Ilios?
boys.
Play of the game.
Huge devote. Oh yeah, it's that one. Oh. Okay. Okay.
To be expected.
Map 5, Oasis.
Oh, Oasis.
Yay.
Yeah. Let's just hope it's a quick one.
Well, it is the capture point, so it goes fast enough. Because again, I really need to eat something, especially since I'm probably going to be casting next round as well.
Just order food now for it. We're
Just order
starting,
food
yes.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
What were you talking about all those time I was alone? What were you doing? I thought you were ordering food.
See, so the problem is now is that I want to just like turn off my mic and just kind of leave it on auto and just let you take this map alone so
But
that I can go and eat.
This is the
Fortunately,
best
I can't do that because I still have to control the camera. Amateur hour implying Plug is an amateur.
map.
Yeah, Plug is an amateur. Correct. But some amateurs are better than others. You dig?
And he's not one of them.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Oh, no.
The map benefits high ground, dive tanks. You can also play Rhine, but why would you in stun meta? Haha, trivia, I have Chinese food. How do you feel? I feel nauseous. That's okay, because I'm just an unpaid, high-skilled talent that's just bending to the whims of the Discord forever, I guess. Both sides,
Yep.
one side running dive tanks, other side not. Who will win? Let's find out.
Devil Reaper Reiner's gonna suffer.
Power Plug also suffering, needing to recall immediately. Pin will come in onto the Winston. Is he going to try and push him into traffic? Almost succeeds.
Oh, that's close.
Reinhardt a little bit kept away from the rest of his team, but he'll get another pin anyway. Pushing the... I can't even really explain what just happened, but it was amazing. Suck My Egg will finally go down. First kill. The game has been going on not a small amount of time, and the first kill finally comes out. The second of Culture will be soon to follow. Get pin damage, oh my god. Yeah, I agree. I mean, but what was there to pin him into? If he had pinned him early, he would have still been in the middle of the enemy team. Color Plug retreating his team. He still doesn't have recall just yet, so he can't really engage at the moment. The only wall he could pin him into was a wall that would have kept him in the enemy team. Diva Bomb
Maybe
coming
a
out.
HD1.
Gets Dank
Yes,
Dragon.
Dank Dragon.
Who said that subbing in Dank Dragon was Shanghai throwing? So far, you haven't been wrong.
You were. You said it.
No, someone in chat said, or someone in the Discord did, and I just repeated.
Well, you said it too when you read it.
I did, because I thought it was
So
rude.
you're toxic.
I am toxic. Reinhardt going on another push, still not getting any damage out of it, and pushing himself right into the middle of the enemy team.
Huge grab, maybe, or not.
Huge grab, huge Death Blossom, huge everything, as long as Soul is winning, I guess. Soul still just keeping this going. They're doing such a good job on this point. Like, we've reached the stage now where Soul really only has to basically win one fight in order to secure this for themselves. They don't have any ultimates to do it with, or actually the only ultimate they have to do it with is Bossins. They will get the ult slowly but surely, as Brian is almost at coalescence as well. First pick on the Suck My Egg, that's pretty huge. Neither team has a Resurrect in this fight, so every single kill matters a lot. Bossins trying to push the Zarya off the map, doesn't quite get it. Dank Dragon, meanwhile, helping with the one clip of the Hashmir Tracer, now keeping his teammates alive. Rest in peace.
Guys, though.
Color Plug now is trying to keep this point alive for his teammates, and the Rhine finally getting a kill off of a charge. 4 pins, one charge connect and kill. It's not a great record, but it's certainly an interesting one. The slam down will be enough. This point is going for Shanghai. Finally. A little bit of BM from Suck My Egg. You have to wonder if he can really afford to do that right now, considering that currently it's basically a 99 to like 6%. All that Soul has to do is win one fight, and they basically have 4 team ultimates already ready to do so. Meanwhile, the side of Shanghai has absolutely nothing. Hashmir is swapped though, so he's going to get rid of his ultimate. Now it's only 3 ultimates versus none. Still pretty good odds for Soul. Finally diving in now is Bossins. A little bit of support coming in from the rest of his team and these ultimates. Trying their very best, getting their first pick and finally the second. This should be the end of the road for Shanghai. Slam down comes through, it's not going to be enough, he dies instantly. Color Plug again, just trying to keep the hopes and dreams alive. Gets the kill. There's only so much that a solo Tracer can do though.
Culture trying to go on point. Managed to touch it. Dies quick. Assassin coming in. Dies quick. Suck My Egg and the Dank Dragon coming in. Dank Dragon dies quick. Suck My Egg managed to stay alive a little bit longer.
But the moral of the story is, dies quick.
C9.
Dies quick. It's a C9. It's always a C9. Of course.
Yeah, dude. I think I'm gonna mute my mic since there's a storm outside.
I mean, I can't really hear
a
it.
lot of noise. Yeah. Just
I
in
mean,
case my
I
window
literally
breaks.
can't hear it at all, if I'm being honest. Like, if anything, it sounds like there might be a faucet going off in, like, a room 2 doors down from you.
Well, that's basically just heavy rainfall slamming my fucking window.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
You're not allowed to use that language. Disney XD doesn't
Yeah,
like
my
it.
freaking window. Sorry, that's better.
Yeah, there you go. You goddamn idiot. Use better words, piece of shit.
Well, you better not use God in your set of this. You're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
set
right.
to hell by that.
Of course. Two teams engaging, trading, not evenly. The kills are still going in favor of Seoul. Now they're aggressing in, but it's a little bit too far for Dakota, and he'll get picked off for it. Hackers. Yeah, I agree.
Hacking Twitch chat.
Hacking Twitch chat. Dragon comes in, eats Bossins alive. This will be Shanghai taking control of this point.
Easy clap.
Color moving a little bit in. He wants to finish off the Reaper, I guess, or he's just kind of in an awkward position now. He'll get spotted out soon enough. Not quite sure what he's doing, and apparently no one can see him. No one has peripheral vision and could see the Tracer standing right there.
When did they switch Cold Shield to Ryan?
It's a good question. I guess they decided they don't really want an aggressive DPS, they want an aggressive tank player. Suck My Egg has swapped on to Hanzo, and RA finds a pick on to Hajmir. It's not a bad play so far. They are slowly winning this
Oh yeah,
position.
definitely a better choice than not letting him play tank. Well, my Storm just finished being toxic.
Cold Chill was the problem. And then he gets a pin. Well, whatever Shanghai's plan here is so far, it's working out in their favor. They have a lot of ultimates to their name now. Basically, a whole 6 in order to defend this for another 40%. A little bit of an aggressive Tracer play from Hajmir. He'll have to be forced to recall. A lot of ultimates coming through from both sides, just trying to keep the attacking side of Seoul at bay. Meanwhile, Seoul just trying to keep themselves alive.
Finally uses recall, dies immediately.
Oh. Suck My Egg. An absolute monster so far. Diva Bomb will come through and kill no one. But Suck My Egg does not have the same problem. Suck My Egg. Where have you been?
Nice fucking grab. No, freaking.
Come on, come on.
I said freaking.
Yeah, it's okay. Everything's fixed. We don't lose our contract with ESPN and the Disney Channel. I mean, at this point, all that this is for Seoul, yeah, you can see the Diva waving high. Seoul basically understand, yeah, we've lost this point.
They're gonna freaking destroy them next round. Yeah.
Family-friendly stream. Yeah, silly rabbits. Of course it is. We're finally here in map 5, round 3. This is it.
I think both teams are gonna try their hacking best.
I think both teams are gonna frickin' give it their all. And I can't wait to see it. The side of Seoul deciding now is the time. We have to really commit. We're gonna play whatever we can to win this fight, so they're playing goats.
They're going the almighty goats.
Meanwhile, the side of Shanghai playing something actually interesting. A lot of burst damage here, and that's a pretty good way to deal with the goats
call
comp.
it the sheep. This competition is called sheep.
Sheep, because they're just doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. And it's not the goats.
Yeah, of course. In our case, somehow, Color Plug being a big part of it, Shanghai have managed to take first point capture. They have a lot of ultimate charge as well, so really this GOATS comp has only favored Shanghai in this particular engagement.
They're gonna destroy them. Yes.
Whoa there, caster. You can't be impartial. You have to say that both teams have an equal chance of winning. Ree!
Oh yeah, sorry. I think someone's gonna do okay both. both teams will do okay.
Yeah, of course. One team will do more okay than the other as the charge come through, but gets saved by the Maywall. It's not going to save Reinhardt or apparently the Diva Mech as it eventually gets popped out. Shanghai is still doing a good job of holding on to this, but perhaps over-ulting.
Huge. Yes.
Slap in the face with the Reinhardt hammer. Puts the kibosh on this.
Slap.
Shanghai doing a
Under charge.
really good job. Can I get an applause in the chat for Shanghai? Cold Chill back around the side. He wanted to get in a good shatter here, but he did it. I was gonna say unfortunate, but no, he found a better one. He'll still die though. They weren't able to. They didn't have the damage. Yeah, every ult. They didn't have the damage to really follow up on it. Luckily for Shanghai now though, they're basically still in a position where if they just take one fight, maybe 1.5 basically, they'll be able to win the day, win the series. Again, this is where all the marbles are. Bold decision from Suck My Egg. It'll surprise me if it finds literally anyone. Dakota getting a little bit aggressive with this Blizzard now, doing a lot of damage, and that'll be his team winning the fight, taking out both of the Shanghai supports.
Yes. Flugfist just behind enemy lines, I guess.
Now, Shanghai doesn't have advantage here. They have Lucio's speed boost, so they can go in right now, and the enemy team doesn't have a shield tank. If they just get a little bit aggressive here, they have a big advantage in this fight. For some reason, they're kind of idling and taking their time. I'm not sure why. Coming up on both tank ults, though, and they have the Graviton if they want to use it. Big slam, big Graviton to follow it up. That's basically going to be an entire team killed.
Is this gonna be an easy clap, Poggers?
Is this going to be an easy clap, Hoggers? Maybe, maybe not. The fact is that the enemy squad, because they all died together and because they have the Lucio speed boost, will still be able to come back in and recontest. It's just on Shanghai now to stop that from happening. Boston has the slam and finds a lot with it. Still gets killed by Cold Chill though. Trades are coming in pretty evenly. Dakota trying to put an end to this himself. He has a Blizzard basically up and ready to go. So now it's basically all down to this. If Shanghai are lucky, they'll get 2 fights, but it's looking like it's basically going to become one. One final push. Shanghai, practically speaking, has 2 ults. Seoul has 3. And Dakota can end this all right here. First he wants to wall someone off and he'll succeed. Gets both tanks, and now he freezes everyone with the Blizzard.
Many ults.
Color Plug trying his very best, but is it going to be enough? He gets a pick, but that might be about all. That might be about it. He was still getting weak though, and Color's still not managing to find as much as he wants.
D9? D9.
C9. C9. To end the game, much like it began, Shanghai.
Oh shit, we have to do interviews.
God, we do have to do interviews. I just want to go eat. Okay. Alright. Let's see.
Bullshit. Or who? Choose. Hurry.
Cold Chill, obviously. Cold Chill first, and then... Alright, Cold Chill, and then we'll do Dakota. But first, Cold Chill. I'm inviting him to the party right now. Oh, I can only suggest them because you have the party locked.
Be random joins.
Mm-hmm.
Also send invitation by Dakota Jones, yes. Just to do Gold Shield first, then Dakota. Yes or no? Where's Gold Shield?
Alright, hello.
Here's Gold Shield.
Hello. Alright, Cold Chill. It was a good game. Probably one of the closest that we've seen so far. Granted, it's been going for about like 3 weekends. But still. Okay. Didn't
Yes.
really intend to interview both at once. But that's fine. Fuck it.
No,
Who
just-
cares?
Nah,
I need to go eat something.
Joint interview. Let's go.
Okay, joint interview. First off, do both of you have your permissions set so that your voice can be shared on stream?
Yeah.
Alright. If you're wrong, then chat will surely tell me 800 times. So both of you took part in quite a lot of Widow duels. Any sort of thought
Yeah.
process behind those? It seemed in the beginning that or at least on the second map, that one of you was certainly better than the other. But as time went on, it got more equal until Cold Chill kind of seemed to be the one consistently winning them.
Yeah, at the beginning I was focused more on just like pumping damage out rather than the Widow duels. But then I just kind of got ticked off, so I kind of just focused Widow. Yeah.
You're supposed to carry.
Now, are either of you basically Widow mains or anything similar to that? Because it seemed like you both had pretty decent pop-off moments that wouldn't have just come to someone who's hardly ever played her.
No. I kind of just flexed everybody. I play support and tank mainly in comp, but my DPS skill is too good for these diamond clubs.
Too good for these diamond plebs, of course. Meanwhile, you, my guy? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad to see it. As for both of your teams, were there any sort of general, like, plot threads that you guys kind of noticed? Did either one of your teams seem to be really excited about this game, or start getting tilted at any points where you think things might have been going wrong? For instance, I'll give an example. I'll give an example and make this easier. At the end of Seoul first capping Hollywood, one of you did a really good job of just basically sniper camping in a nest and killing the entire enemy team over and over and over. Cold Chill, how did your team kind of react to that? I imagine it must have felt kind of frustrating.
No, we just called them bad and shrugged it off. That's what we always do.
Someone says that
What
they
a-
only can hear one of you.
What a perfect way of going about that. Incredible. Just he basically killed all of us, but he's bad, so it's fine. Yeah, both of you go ahead and check. I don't want to have only one of you on here. We're basically to answer chat. We're basically interviewing them at the same time for
Okay.
2 reasons.
Yeah,
First,
Cold Shield.
we hear Cold Chill. Okay, Dakota, it's you. Mm-hmm.
You're the problem.
Yeah, like, it's your fault.
Privacy settings allow my voice to get shared.
My bad. That's my fault.
Ah, it's no
You're
problem.
now banned
Anyway,
from 3 games in a row.
God. Now, Cold Chill Shanghai, meme dream team that they are, seem to have this game moved from what you guys have normally played that I've seen is something more like Bastion, Sim, things like that. But this time around, it seemed like you guys leaned more towards a triple dive tank sort of composition. Was that kind of a planned thing that you guys had come up with since last time around, or what?
No, kind of. Well, basically they ran goats, so we want to run dive, but that's not going to work against them. So we ran dive tanks with 3 supports and called it dive goats. That's literally what happened.
And you just decided, well, we'll just keep on running this over and over again until they really prove that they can beat it. Because even though Seoul ended up winning the game, on the maps that Shanghai won, they were much more dominant than the ones that Seoul won. So I can understand that sort of reasoning.
Definitely. Those I think was it Gibraltar? Those 3 tanks gave me a lot of trouble. I had to switch off the Reaper. Got it really good that round. I think we both played really well.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, I
This
think
is much more fun than regular comp.
Yeah.
yeah, there's enough time for a little bit of a narrative to build, and I like that fact of it. But as for now, I basically have to A, set up the next game, B, be ready to cast the next game, I think by myself, and C, try and eat something because my head hurts. So this was a good interview, lads. I think both of
Good
your
luck.
teams are going to be pretty strong going into the rest this season.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to seeing more meme strats from both of you, as Seoul pulled out that Bastion almost more than Shanghai did this time around, which I thought was an interesting twist.
Mm-hmm.
Caster,
Indeed.
stop dying, go eat. I want to. Alright, this will be the end of this stream, and then in about, I don't know, 20 minutes when the next one starts, the stream will restart. Thank you both. Good interview. I'm dying.